wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Miggy for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man, A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at. No cap, if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. You already know what it is. Back with another one. Happy Monday! It's Libra season in the building. Shout out to all the Libras out there, including my wife. All right, who's a Libra. Listen, when the wife is away, scripts go play. My wife is currently at the Atlanta airport, and she's going to California. She had a work trip. So I'm about to get this back on the business. I don't have no. She ain't gonna bust in on me, give me the evil eye. She ain't gonna come home from work and give me the evil eye. I'm free. Okay, I'm free. It is. Listen, I mean, not like off script free. Like I'm a misser, of course. I'm a misser, but for off script for today. For this show? Oh yeah, we in there. We in there. All right. So listen, man. I have been, first of all, let me just say to you Alabama State fans that have been reaching out to me, I don't feel sorry for none of you jokers. Nope. I don't feel sorry for none of you jokers. Because there was an individual, all right? There was an individual who you guys wanted to back up and who you guys wanted to, oh, Scotty, you do. I don't feel sorry for none of you Alabama State fans. None of you. Because I told you. Right? You know what? That's the exact reason why I told her to yeah, that's exactly what. Listen, go. Be merry. Right? Relax. Get away from the kids and me. Be free. Right? Be free. So, no, she needs that break. Anyway, but I don't feel sorry for none of you Alabama State fans. Because Alabama State fans are the type of people that you could tell them, they like Noah. They are like the people that Noah was warning, I'm Noah. Right? I was telling Alabama State fans all summer, it's not what you want. You're going to be upset when Miles walk out the door. Oh, that's not what you want. But no, I had Alabama State fans in my comments texting me, oh, I've seen Miles Crawley. Oh, we're not missing anything. He wasn't that when he was here. He wasn't this when he was here. He wasn't this or that. Kept telling them, Bamas, it's going to rain. You laughing at me. You laughing at me now. Okay? But I told you that it was going to rain. Now it's raining. And everybody trying to get underneath my umbrella of what I said when I said it. And I told you that one, he a real estate agent, and two, he cannot evaluate the quarterback position. But now, I'm gonna let what my boy Blue just sent you, I'm gonna let that sizzle in your spirit. I'm gonna let that sizzle in your spirit. Cause I said it. I said it. Right? Everybody wanted listen. Everybody wanted to be on the Demetrius Davis bandwagon. And that's cool and dandy, right? And the thing that kills me about alums is that they won't even recognize when they're on the wrong boat. That's the shit that they will go down with the ship because on the side of the boat it says Alabama State. Like they won't even use their football acumen to say, you know what? This boat got holes in it. I think I should start preparing. No, HBCU alums, oh, they like the white band on Titanic. Let's play another song.
Oh my God, we're having a version. I wish my brother had made it our surgery.
Let's play another song.
Baby,
Why the boat going down? We about to drown on the boat. Let's play another song. Do you got another one in me, fellas? Do you got it? I'm like, yo. What are we talking about? Why are you still on this ship? Why? But everybody want to act like. I just want to be very clear. I don't get it. So, listen, sometimes you got to take your alumni hat off and just look at it as a. Listen, nobody is saying the school of Alabama State is bad. Nobody's saying that. But we're talking about your football program, and your football program is being ran by a guy who was refinancing mortgages 2 years ago. Let that sizzle in your spirit. This Bama was refinancing mortgages 2 years ago. Asking Bamas, do you want a HELOC? Home equity line of credit. And now all of a sudden, he's supposed to be the savior. Do you know how bad your program has to be to where people go, when you go 6-5 and you're like, oh my God, oh, we're there. Oh, we're just so close. Oh, we're just so close. We won the Aint SWAC challenge. Oh my God, we're just so close. If you just give us a little bit more. That's what Alabama State fans sound like. Oh my God. Oh my God. We were just 6-5. We won the Magic City Classic. We haven't won it in 4 years. Oh my God. We're just so close. But if you really want to break that team down, outside of any FBS competition, the only game, if you want me to be real with you, the only games y'all should have lost is maybe FAMU, maybe, and that's a maybe, right? That game was hinging, right? If you had a quarterback that went down I-10, I-20, however you got to take to get down to Grambling, maybe if you started him, it'd be a little different. But we ain't going to talk about that. Right? The Jackson State game is probably competitive. But let Alabama State fans tell you, oh, Demetrius Davis is the reason we were in the game. If it wasn't for Demetrius Davis, we wouldn't even have a chance. No, if it wasn't for your defense, you wouldn't have had a chance. That Alabama State defense, and Blue, if you're still on here, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Bubba had like 15 solo tackles in that game, if I'm not mistaken. You get what I'm saying? So let's not be real. And I also want to make this very clear. He is still doing it with the players from Donald Ely. Like, you're giving credit to a person that has not shown you that he can recruit. Bubba, Donald Ely, Urshad, Donald Ely, Miles Crawley, Donald Ely, Ja'Cory, Jeremiah, Donald Ely, all those D-line talents I had last year, Donald Ely. Other than Adrian Maddox and Keyshawn Johnson, and somebody, if we're being honest, Keyshawn Johnson is there because he has a family member on staff. He has a family member on staff that got him to Alabama State. The kid is talented out this world, but let's be like, so I'm not even giving you that one. So literally, the major recruits that this Bama has brought in has been Adrian Maddox, who's an absolute stud, by the way. I'm not throwing no shot at Adrian Maddox. That boy is an absolute problem, right? So Victor, the other DB, he's pretty decent. Right? Who else? Who else? Who else are you just like, oh my God, that kid is crazy? Who else? Don't worry, I'll wait. Listen, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm okay. How do I say this? I'm not saying Mikey Victor is bad. I'm not saying that. But something's got to give when Alcorn throws for over 370 yards. I'm sorry. Listen, somebody got to get got. 370? It wasn't just on one person. So somebody got to explain to me how 370 gets thrown on you by Alcorn. You just take your time. You just take your time and you simmer on that. You just take your time and you simmer on that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're bad. Just saying you simmer on that, right? Just simmer on it. But anyway, so let's get into today's show because I got a lot to say. Got a lot to say because, Alabama State fans, y'all gonna take this today. Y'all gonna get all this work today because y'all was living on these hopes and dreams, and y'all got all this money. You know the funny hot diggity dog. You know the funny thing about Alabama State fans? They be quick to tell you what they don't have to pay for. Right? They quick to tell you, oh, Scotty, we got money. We paid this. We did that. Oh. How about you buy some common sense? How about them apples? Because Alabama State people love to talk about how much money they got. Oh, we're in the state of Alabama, but we get this. Oh, we bought that. Oh, we got this. But you can't buy common sense. I'm going to say this again. 2 years ago, this Bama was refinancing loans. He was passing out HELOCs. He was asking you, is this a VA loan, a conventional loan, or a FHA loan? That was him. Him. Your head coach. 2 years ago. VA loan, conventional loan, FHA loan. Which one you got? That's what he was doing 2 years ago. I digress. Buy some common sense because y'all love to talk about what y'all got. Buy some common sense. Now the real question is who got the keys? Now this will be the part where I would drop the keys. I got the keys. You know, I would have a clip or something, which I don't deserve that because you just don't. You just don't deserve it. Who has got the keys, right? And once again, I'm not talking about to a house, but since we're talking about a real estate agent, might as well put the house reference. And this is just my thing, right? Okay. I need somebody to help me explain. And this is what I've been saying to people. This is what I've been saying to people who have called me from Alabama State. You guys need to somebody has to question the real estate agent. Somebody. Anybody. He can't be that. You can't be that afraid of him to not ask. And this is my thing, right? This is why I hate watching. This is why I hate watching the coaches conference call from the SWAC and all that. Because then you got that one reporter. Hi, Coach Rob. Hope all is well down in Montgomery. Hope you, your family, and all the other coaches are doing well down in Montgomery. Can I ask you a question, Coach Rob? How did you think the Alcorn and Alabama State game turned? You always got that one Bama, right? And then you got all these other Bamas who don't want to ask questions. They I don't know what they just I don't. How do you gloss over? How do you gloss over the most oh my God. How do you gloss over the biggest question in the room is that why are you going back and forth at the quarterback position? I don't know why that Bama's on the call. He says the same thing to every hope all is well. Coach Willie Simmons, hope all is well down in Tallahassee on the highest of 7 hills. Could you just give me, if you could enlighten me, please, of the game, the contest between you and Valley and how that went, you know, with Musa. And I'm like, bro, why are you there? Why? I'm sorry. I just, it burns me up every time I hear it. I'm like, bro, you literally say the same thing every single week, every single time. Oh my freaking God. Anyway, right? So how does nobody ask this question? Why do you keep going back and forth between these two quarterbacks? And tell me, and follow up, coach. What did Damon Stewart not do to deserve to be the starting quarterback of Alabama? Somebody gonna have to explain that to me. Okay? Somebody's going to have to explain that to me. Of what Damon, because if you go out against the dark cloud defense and throw for over 289 when you've never started a game before at Alabama State, to me, that deserves some type of credence. That deserves some type of, you know what? Let's give this kid a chance. But then you come back the next week against Alcorn and you do a 2 QB system. This is why you do not hire real estate agents to coach your team. Jesus freaking Christ. I'm going to take this caller real quick. I've never seen this guy before. 4409 coming to you.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, man, what's going on, man? It's Sean. I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Talk to me.
Man, well, first of all, Scotty, first things first, I just want to say thank you so much for keeping up doing the HBCU, because ever since Prime left, Canada doesn't show a no more SWAC game, so we rely on you for the coverage, so appreciate you, man.
Oh, no problem, man. Anytime, man. Shout out to Toronto.
Yeah, so, the Alabama A&M, I see a couple of people rocking it down here because, the logo's fresh, but I agree with you, man. I watched the game last week, and I was just like, what are they doing? Are they trying to bring back the San Francisco vibes to, two quarterbacks on one thing? Like, how does the team get momentum? Who does the team ride with? You start this guy, and then second half, you go to the next. I don't know, man. To me, it's just too much confusion, man.
I agree. Absolutely agree with you, man. Appreciate the call, though. Listen, man, I'm going to say this. People act like that money doesn't matter. I know for a fact. It's not what I heard. It is what I heard. But I heard it from a very... It is what I heard because I heard somebody tell me, so it's not like I was in the room when he was giving the kid $20,000. So let me shut up. Okay, I'm lying. Okay, let me rephrase that. I heard from a very reliable source. Okay, I wasn't in the room when the Bama passing $20K to Demetrius Davis. I wasn't there. Okay, but I heard from a very reliable source, very high up, that yes, Demetrius Davis got $20K in NIL money. You know what's hard? It's hard to explain to an alumni base who you went to get this money to tell them that this kid, Demetrius Davis, was the future. Now, unless you're very short-sighted or you are, you far-sighted and you can't see that closely, you can clearly see Demetrius Davis is not the answer. Demetrius Davis is not the answer. So what you have to do, being the real estate agent, is you have to play both sides of the fence. Why? Because you don't want your alums to look at you like you crazy, where we paid this kid $20K to come to the school, and now we got a kid on scholarship that looked better that he came for the scholarship. You can't explain that. You cannot explain that. Now, let me be very clear. If you're looking at this game specifically through the stats, it would look as though Demetrius Davis had the better game. That is a lie. What did they say? What did Maury say? The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Because if you actually watch the game, there's a fumble that he caused, right? There's a fumble that he had that they recovered that he had, right? So the turnover doesn't fall on him. And then there's some plays that, he ran. He's just like, could have hit the hole a little bit better. We'll do or whatever, right? So there's some nuances to this, right? But you'll hear Alabama State people talk about, oh, Demetrius Davis, he didn't play bad. What game were you watching? What game were you watching? So it's that. Oh, it was 2 fumbles. See, I didn't even know about the second one. I just saw the first one. You see what I'm saying? So it goes into. Now, I will be honest. Listen, I'm an honest person. I thought the pass to the tight end was a touchdown. Everybody who was watching the game thought it was a touchdown as well. So I won't say anything in regards to that. I thought it was a touchdown. SWAC refs. Okay, like we all understand what SWAC refs mean. Okay, I still don't understand how Eddie Kelly still has a job. First of all, don't nobody seen Eddie Kelly. Nobody's seen Eddie Kelly. Okay, he's like the uncle of soul food who live in a room. Right, everybody talk about him, but ain't nobody seen him. Right, that's Eddie Kelly, the head of officiating in the SWAC. Ain't never seen the Bama. Don't know if he black, mulatto, got vitiligo. Nobody knows. Okay, that's Eddie Kelly. So I digress on that one. Right. So, anywho, but this is the part for me. How you go back and forth. Like, if I'm Damon Stewart, I'm going to be so honest, right? I'm being so honest right now. If I'm Damon Stewart, there's no way I stay on this team. Because you got to look at it as like, what else do I have to prove? Think about, think about if you're a young man, Damon Stewart, right? Coming into this program, everybody in the Alabama State who blind has a loyalty towards Demetrius Davis. Anybody who knows any sense of football would tell you that Demetrius Davis should be playing a slot receiver or H-back, period, right? Damon Stewart comes in and does what he does against FAMU. If he doesn't throw the interception to Isaiah Major, that is a completely different game. It's still a game, right? Him and Keyshawn Johnson were unstoppable. And any FAMU person would tell you, I didn't think we could stop Keyshawn Johnson. Because you really couldn't. Nobody could. It was Keyshawn Johnson against the whole dark cloud defense. Right? So I just don't understand it. What else this kid has to do to keep the starting position. I would feel so slighted that I went against the best school in the conference. We lost by 10? They lost by, what they lose by 10? They lost by 13, right? They lost by 13. And take a touchdown away, you know what I'm saying? Take the pick 6 away. So they lost by 6. They really lost by 6, take the pick 6 away, right? They lost by 6. 13, but they lost by 6. Take the pick 6 away, right? So, and you go toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the conference, and you hold your own. You don't look overwhelmed. You don't look like you can't perform. Don't look like the stage is too big for you. You know what I'm saying? You just got. And then you come back the next week and you get 10 attempts. 10 attempts against an all-corn defense, which really isn't looking like the all-corn defense of old. I have a problem with that. I just have a problem with that. And this is what listen, man. And it's like he just pours like gasoline fuel on the situation and tries to make it sound like it's smart, but it's really dumb as hell. This is what the real estate agent said. He said, Robinson said rotating the quarterbacks will serve the offense well this season. Both guys played their heart out there, and the rotation worked pretty good all game. They both know the entire offense. Having Davis use his legs some drives helped us continue to progress down the field. Ideally, we want to play both of those guys and have been our intention since week 1. This is what women say. This is what women tell men when they say you want your cake and you want to eat it too. Right? This is what happens when you get caught with your side chick and your main chick is coming at you like, I can't believe you right now. And you're like, listen, baby, it ain't even like that. Like, I just come over here that she helped me do my homework. Like, I love you, right? I love you. But, like, you don't know math very well. So, so I come over here and I get tutored. That's all this is. So I kind of need both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's really what Eddie Robinson is doing right now. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It just does not make sense to me. Because for him to be an NFL guy and to tell people who have watched the game of football to say, hey, when has rotating quarterbacks ever worked? Ever. The last time that I can truly remember a dual quarterback system truly working is the XFL DC Defenders when they had Derek King, the dude from Miami, and then I think they had another kid from Texas A&M. And they were going back and forth with those guys like every other game or whatever, like every other drive or something like that, right? So, but if you think about it, if you be very mindful of what you're saying. Be very mindful of what you're saying. Wait, right? Tim Tebow, his freshman year was a situational appearance, right? It was always 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, goal line, red zone. That's situational. That is not building a package for two people, right? Chris Leak gets you up and down the field, but situational, I might use you. So ideally, if that's what you want to do, it will look something like this. Damon Stewart is your guy, right? But when you get in the red zone, when it's 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1, right? 4th and 1, you use D Davis in a wildcat situation. That's what that would look like. Not to where you're splitting the attempts somewhat equally. That has never worked. That has never worked. Because I'll give you a situation. Anybody remember Joe Flacco on his last years in Baltimore when Lamar Jackson slowly but surely found his way? How did they use him? The same way. Situational. Wildcat. Bootlegs. Red zone. Goal line. Those are the type of situations they would use Lamar Jackson when he was a rookie at Baltimore. So what I'm saying to you is a true double package quarterback system does not work. Does not work. Thank you. Right? So this is my thing. Right? At the end of the day, it doesn't work. People have been playing football for a long time. This ideology that he has of splitting time with two quarterbacks, that's idiotic. Because if you want to get super technical, if I'm a wide receiver, I don't want Demetrius Davis throwing me the ball. I don't. Why would I want that? He's not very accurate. He's not very good at throwing. Why would I want that in my? Why would I deal with that? Nah, I'm good on that. So listen, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with. See, what a lot of Alabama State fans, where I'm going to keep reminding you. What I'm gonna keep reminding you is I'm gonna remind every chance. I swear for God, I would walk around Montgomery and just simply remind you, don't forget who you lost. Don't forget who you let walk out the door. And Urshad Davis is in this as well, but Urshad, from what I heard, he just wanted a little bit more spotlight. So I don't know if it wasn't because he didn't like the coaching or whatever. But I would remind Alabama State fans every single chance I got. I would take pride in that. Of the people that you let walk out the door. Letting these three get out the door should be a fireable offense. Letting Miles Crawley, Ja'Cory Merritt, and Jeremiah Hickson walk out your door should be a fireable offense. Every time I saw an Alabama State fan, I'd be like, hey, you know what you lost, right? Every time. Because they was talking big shit when they came off a 6-5 season. Like they was about to take over the SWAC. Oh my God. 6-5. We beat A&M in the Magic City Classic. Thank God. Finally. All of that. And now look at you. What are you? 1-2? 1-3? Only win you got, you're losing the D2 school. You're losing to D2 schools? Like, what are we talking about right now? But let Alabama State fans tell you they was straight. They was good. They was loaded. They were more delusional, I would say, than Jackson State fans. Because they was like, 6-5. We got all the defense coming back. We got offense coming back. And all I would say is y'all not that good. Y'all not that good. And to me, when quarterbacks are the premium in the SWAC, Mr. Campbell tells me all the time, Scotty, I've been watching the SWAC long enough. He told me straight up, he said, Scotty, I've been watching HBCU football long enough. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance in hell to win anything. So the mere fact that you let a starting quarterback walk out the door and go down the street to Grambling, how is that not a fireable offense? How is that not? Okay, you don't want to fire him. I'll tell you this. The thing that pisses me off the most, right, is I know for a fact. I'm saying a fact, but I don't know for a fact. But if I knew it, I would say this is a fact. I would bet my last dollar if this was a regular coach and Eddie Robinson, being the big time Alabama State donor alum, he would be in those meetings having those conversations of how did we let Miles Crawley walk out the door. You take Eddie Robinson's name out of it. Put any regular schmegler coach in that position and tell me that Eddie Robinson at the donor meetings, at the board of trustee meetings, at the athletic meetings, that he would not be saying, why is this guy still the coach that he let his starting quarterback walk out the door? You be lying. You will be crazy to think that he wouldn't be saying that right now. Especially when you're losing the way that they're losing. You're losing the way that you're losing. You would have to see that. But once again, as long as your ship got holes in it and it got your school logo on the side of it, you're going to go down with the ship, and that's cool. Go down with that sinking ship. And I'm going to keep saying it. That Bama, listen, I don't give two shits. That Bama for wild card, he got an answer for this dumb shit. That Bama who has an Alabama State podcast, who got on there, called me out on Twitter talking about how Demetrius Davis is this and that. That Negro has to answer for that shit. I don't care. I don't care if he got 10 subscribers. You got to answer for that. I don't care what you got to do. Somebody got to answer the question. Stop it. Because you can't just be out here talking about oh, do you have a quarterback? I have a quarterback. You don't have a quarterback. No, ninja, you ain't got shit. Because the motto is this. If you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterback. That's why that Bama, he doing basketball internships. Stick to what you know. It ain't football. I'm going to keep saying that. Stop it. Stop it. Listen, if you don't know, listen, if you don't know no better, don't say nothing. If you don't know no better, don't bring my name up. Because this is what I do. I don't do basketball internship. I don't do none of that. This is what I do. I watch film. I'm like Mike Reed. I watch film. I break it down. That's what I do. Come here and talk about something. Oh, Demetrius Davis. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Simple. Stop it. Stop it. And then, you know me, the pettiness in me, you know what? I'm sorry. My wife's not here, so we're going to play this game today. I got time today. Yeah, I got time today.
Was sitting up here and I was like, what lower third should I do? What topic should we do? I don't even know what like exactly what specific part of the game to highlight. The good, the bad, the ugly, but it's like everything, the good that happened, the 250 rushing yards we had was just wiped away after they took the win. It's like you got small wins. Yep.
Talk about Demetrius Davis.
You know, that's a positive moving forward because that was the first time. That was, I believe, that was our first rushing touchdown since Southern. Or it's our running back's first rushing touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So
now I want to be very clear. I ain't got no smoke for J. Cole Jr. Okay, I ain't got no smoke for J. Cole Jr. Right? But Cal from Living Single, I got all the smoke with him. I got all the smoke for Cal from Living Single. I got all the smoke for him. Right? Because this the one that wanted to call me out about Demetrius Davis, but you don't even want to answer the question of why your guy sucked. Of why your guy trash. Right? Come on, man. What we doing? Stop it.
This is a tough situation. It is. Like I told you, I've never, even with the one win against Southern, it still feels like we are 0-4 just based off a 3-game skid.
Now, if you feel like you 0-4, see the shit that comes out of Bama's mouth. Now, if you feel you 0-4, what quarterback was a part of those 0-4 losses? Because if I recall, right? If I recall, Demetrius Davis lost against a D2 program. but he's supposed to be the SWAC player of the year, though.
I mean, in all reality, that loss or that sole win feels like it's a long way away. So
let's get into it, though.
Yeah, man. Where do you want to start?
I mean, I think the first thing is first. You know, it's been a topic of conversation since last year, the quarterback situation. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like the 2 quarterback system
Nah, Ninja. Nah, Ninja. Ain't no 2-quarterback system. There shouldn't be a 2-quarterback system if Demetrius Davis is that guy. That wasn't the energy you was giving. How do you feel about the 2-quarterback system? How do you feel? No! What 2-quarterback system? It's all Demetrius Davis, remember? Oh, how do you feel? J. Cole Jr., how do you feel about the 2-quarterback system?
Do you like it? You love it? What are your thoughts on it? Did it help us out yesterday? In comment section, y'all let us know too.
So obviously for me, I would want us to have just a one starting quarterback and let's roll. I think, and we talked about this before, I think one of the things that running a 2-man quarterback system does help with, I guess, it makes our offense a little bit more unpredictable.
Listen, man, you gotta love people. You gotta love people who love their school, right? It makes our offense a little bit more unpredictable. What? What makes it unpredictable? You bring Demetrius Davis in. That ninja can barely throw, so I ain't got to worry about too much. I bring Damon Stewart in. Actually, he's the more dynamic guy because he can run and throw, but I know he's going to come in and throw the ball. What is unpredictable about that? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. I think we've seen, especially in the last 2 games, Dame and Dede are not going to play the same way. They may have similar skill sets, but they're not going to play the same way.
What similar? I'm sorry.
For those of you who didn't see the press conference last night, I asked.
Their Wi-Fi is messing up. It's not my Wi-Fi. It's their Wi-Fi. So if it starts like chipping away and breaking up and all that, because I watched this, I had to watch it because I'm just like, somebody got to explain to me while Kyle Barker is over here talking about some Demetrius Davis. I want to see if he gonna stand on what he was talking about, but we'll continue. His boy J. Cole Jr., he's solid. He stood on it. You know what I'm saying? He remind me, J. Cole Jr. remind me of the kid off Baby Boy, right? When P walks up to him, he's like, chuck it up. Chuck that shit up. And he like, you got heart, cuz? Oh man, little nigga got heart. Look at nigga got heart, cuz. Like, let that's J. Cole Jr. Kyle Barker, he the one. My jaw hurt, man. Don't nobody care nothing about your jaw. You know, that's Kyle Barker, right? I'm cool with the light-skinned kid. I ain't got no issues, right? You know what I'm saying? But the dark-skinned one, he the kid. Man, my jaw hurt, cuz. You telling me your fist off to that boy? Come on, baby boy. Come on. Get your punk ass up. Ain't nobody care. That's the dark-skinned one. That's him. Sorry.
Ask Coach Robinson, what was the change in mindset? Like, what exactly happened there? And
somebody said Khaled overtime. Oh, not Khaled Ovi. Not Khaled Ovi. Kill y'all, boy. Y'all trash. That's funny, though.
Because, I mean, those of y'all that saw the FAMU game, we threw the ball 40 times. Or Dame threw the ball 40 times. Mm-hmm. This game, we threw the ball a combined...
I think it was 17.
It was something close like that.
It was somewhere in the teens.
Yeah.
That's right here.
We threw the ball 18 times.
Okay.
And Dame threw the ball 10 times. Dede threw the ball 8 times. But we rushed 50 times. And we had 257 yards.
Which is great.
This is the best rushing performance by far this year. There's no question about it. Mm-hmm. So I feel
this is them.
Keep going.
With what we did, with our quarterbacks, if we're gonna do it, I feel like we executed it okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, we did enough to win the game. And I think
did we really? Well, running the ball,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, our offense, I think, for the most part, did enough to win the game. What do you think about it? Because then I'll go in my little thing after you.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a minute.
Yeah, I feel like.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it due to the fact that I thought, it was a situation. You gotta go with a hot hand.
Mhm.
Have it at that time, consistently enough at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like D was in a solid rhythm. He was 7 for 8.
This is what I'm telling you. This is what happens when you have basketball people trying to break down football. He is literally going to get on here and say, hey, Demetrius Davis was the better option than Damian Stewart.
Obviously, but he did have a high completion percentage. And you have to give him opportunity to, play out the rest of the game. I lean toward the side of you gotta have one guy. You gotta pick and you gotta rock with him. I mean,
I can agree with you.
At this point, Kendall, in the season, we're gonna talk about the SWAC stands later in the game, but your championship hopes are slipping away. They're dwindling. The window is
They were already gone when you went with Demetrius Davis. I'm not watching it. So I watched that Jake last night. I just want to let y'all know. I watch everything now because for me, the pettiness doesn't stop on no occasion, right? Like it might have toned it down a little bit, but it never stops. But I just want to be very clear. If y'all want to go over there and watch that, shout out to them. Walk hard, watch them try to make sense of how good Demetrius Davis is because he went 7 for 8 with 2 fumbles. Great game. The standard of Alabama State quarterback play, that just shows you how bad that is. That just shows you how bad that is. Like, if that's think about that. Had a really good game. 7 of 8, 26 yards, 2 fumbles. Great game. Great game. And listen, now I'm the big bad bully. Now Alabama State fans gonna go over there and be like, oh, off script was talking about you. Oh, we support you. I don't give 2 shits. The ninja don't know what he's talking about. He don't. It's just that simple. And I gotta call you because once again, I want to be very clear, and I'm gonna keep saying this. Once you say my name, I'm like Candyman, bro. I'm gonna show up and I'm murking everything on site. Point blank. Period. If you have the courage to say my name, right? Also have the courage to take whatever's about to come at you, right? Ask HBCU Overbite what happened to him, right? Listen, I'm out here kame and everybody. Anyway, but I've grown from that. I really have. I've grown from that. I'm just saying. Anyway, so at the end of the day, let me just say this, right? I'm coming to a close. I feel like a preacher. I feel like a Baptist preacher. I'm coming to the close. Oh yeah, Quentin Ross. You thought you was gonna sneak up out of this one. No, Ninja. No, Negro. You get some of this L too. We know why you hired this Bama. Because you pledged him at Alabama State. You both are cute. So what y'all both need to do is bark, stomp, clap, whatever the hell y'all do together. Together. Howl at the moon for all I give 2 shits for. Right? Because you gotta eat this. You gotta eat this. Because they love to throw that stuff up. That's how he got the job. That's exactly how he got the job. Oh, I pledged them. Oh, that's my line brother. That's this, that's that. Stomp, bark. Y'all need to be in just stomping and barking at each other. y'all need to just be stomping and barking at each other like, what's going on? Oh, roof. Come on, man. Connell Main in that Jay. How am I leave the Qs alone? That's how they got the job. That's how he got the job. He was a real estate agent. Does anybody not understand that? The Bama was selling refinance homes. And then Quentin Ross, AQ, the president of Alabama State, went to his line brother, who he pledged, and was like, yo, we got – matter of fact, from what I was told, this is how it happened. This is from what I was told. What I was told was Eddie Robinson was a part of the committee that was to find the head coach, right? This is all first-hand information. So I'm just telling you somebody from Alabama State. He was on the committee to find the head coach. He didn't approve of anybody that they were bringing in, and he slowly but surely would talk. This is what I'm just telling you what I was heard. I'm just telling you what I was heard. I'm just telling you, right? He slowly but surely brought his name up into the fold and was like, I can do the job. Line brother, Q, whatever, brother, pledgee, I don't know what they call themselves or whatever, right? It was like, cool, right? That's how that happened. What is it? And the rest is history. I got the yapping. That's how it happened. So that's how you got the job. So if you got the job underhandedly, you're not going to take this. You can't allow Quentin Ross to walk away. You can't allow Quentin Ross to walk away with this unscathed. He has to take some of the blame in this. Because what people like him like to do, they like to sit high and look low and act like they weren't a part of the foolishness of hiring this man. From what I was told, this went strictly over the AD's head. The AD didn't have no say-so in hiring Eddie Robb as the real estate agent, as the head coach. So if the AD wasn't a part of it and the president made it happen, the president got to take the hit for it. Very simple. Very simple. It ain't hard. You get what I'm saying? And see, the issue is this. This is also the issue that I have, right? Because once this Bama gets fired, what's going to happen is this Bama gonna slide right back into the board of trustees, the alumni giving decisions. So, okay, man, it's like this, right? It's like this. You can't, in all good faith, have the guy you just fired back in a position to hire a new guy. There's no way going forward, once this Bama gets fired, that you can allow him to then be a part of the decisions of hiring anyone else. No, the AD don't get no blame. He didn't make the decision. It's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. 0265 coming to you.
What's up, Scotty?
What's going on?
You know, I only call in when you talking in my lane when it comes to sports. But listen, this is HBCU higher administration at its finest. This is not the only school where the board chair and the president are fraternity brothers, or one line plays another line. You already know where I'm going with it.
I do.
So why do y'all expect incompetence? Why y'all don't expect the incompetence to come up? He's an incompetent coach. He's an incompetent president. And I keep saying this about the conferences and the presidents of these schools are aligned together. If the conferences is making bad decisions, because these presidents making bad decisions on the campus, who you think is on the board at the conference level?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I tell you this when you was talking about Ray Lewis going to state, or I also said this too. I said, listen, I don't want to hear about any HBCU, and I'm an HBCU alum, talking about they serious about who they want to hire next if they don't bring in a executive search firm to find the best candidate possible. And that's just it. And they not going to do it. How are you going to be serious, Scotty, if you don't bring in an executive search firm? These boards, these presidents, and these made up, like you said, Eddie Robb was on the search committee for the next president. How he end up being for the coach? How he end up being a coach? That don't even make sense.
That don't even make sense. You on the search committee and you end up being the coach, a part of the search committee. How that work?
Yeah. Just like some schools now are hiring board members to be president. You was on the board. You see what the mess that was made, and you gonna go select someone from the board to be the president? Man, get out of here, man. We're not serious, man. That's why me and some of my friends, we call it the chitlin circuit. I'm glad I left the chitlin circuit. That's all I can say.
Crazy, bro. As always, my boy. Appreciate you. Listen, man, and listen. Okay, let me just say this because this is the stuff I get all the time. Scotty, PWIs do it all the time. Listen. When you have a bigger net, when you have a bigger safety net, right? You can move, you can do more, right? Like there's crookedness in everything, right? And most things, people are crooked, people are shady. So that is not limited to HBCUs. But when you have a small room of margin, you can't afford the dumb decisions. That's all I'm saying, right? It's like this. When you got $100 left in your account, you got to know when the Apple Pay coming out, when the Netflix coming out, when the Amazon Prime coming out. Do I have enough for this McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? When my cell phone bill due, right? You can't play around when you only got $100 in your account. But when you got $1 million left over, man, we buying 10 nuggets, eating 2, throwing the rest away. You know what I'm saying? Getting everybody's you move differently. Let's not listen. Every black person on here, everybody, it ain't gotta be a racial thing. Everybody's been at that point where when you first get paid until when you about to get your next check. When you first get paid, we going to Sizzler, Applebee's, Chili's, everything on me for that first payday. When it's about time for the next payday, you stretching $40 you be surprised how far $40 can go. You be like, damn, I went 3 days on $40? Shit, I'm nice. I went 5 days on $40. Shit, that's pretty nice. Let's not play this game. So what I'm saying is when you have a smaller budget to work with, you can't be as frivolous as PWIs can. Mr. Sergeant, coming to you. I see you, Rocky.
Yo, Scotty, man.
What's up, Mr. Sergeant?
First of all, man, you bowling down my lane. I teach people finances out here, and I don't even call it a budget, man. I call it a spending plan. What's your plan for how you gonna spend your money? And I gotta correct you on one thing. When you on them 2-3 days before the paycheck, it's strictly beans and rice.
Ramen noodles, peanut butter jelly, boy. Woo!
And look, what did you call them? Box pancakes for breakfast.
Man, listen. Let go my egos. There's about to be some let go my egos up in this joker right here. Boy, I feel you.
You better work that toaster.
Boy, you start looking at the freezer. Something in here I got to be able to cook. Something in here got to make it shake. I've been there.
That's true. Listen, let me say this. Tell Prairie White, I know I'm saying his name wrong, but tell Prairie White, let me see if I can do my voice right. I'm looking for you, Negro. I'm sorry, man. Yo, I'm much better when the sun is up versus when the sun is down, bro. I just gotta tell you that. All right.
Oh man.
Listen, I will see you later this evening, brother. I gotta feed my eaters in my house. And thank God I got paid on Friday so I can really feed them. Other than that, man, let me ask you. Let me ask you because this is serious. So, are we back to Rocket Mortgage? Hornet?
Oh yeah, I'm in there full effect. That shirt, I just found it. I just found it last night. The wife helped me find it. It is back in full effect. They Rocket Mortgage Hornets.
All right. Now they did beat Southern, but what does that mean?
I mean, nothing,
you know what I'm saying?
Nothing really, if you're being honest.
Okay. No problem. See, thank you. My football IQ gets better every day. Brother, we praying for you every day. Mr. Campbell, I see you out there in the chat, man. Look, I'm out, bro. Peace.
I appreciate it, Mr. Sergeant. I mean, the win counts, but it really don't. It was an out of conference win, so it doesn't even help you in no sense of the standings. Like, that's crazy. JB, coming to you.
Carlton Gumbo calling in. How are you doing, sir?
What's up, Mr. Gumbo? Talk to me.
I have a very quick question for you. I think the term used was Bamas earlier on your show. I've been informed that they are looking for stunt doubles for Tubi movies. Which movies would you recommend they film? Would you recommend they do the Good Burger movie, or would you recommend they do Living Single or Rush Hour 4?
Definitely Rush Hour 4. I don't know why that hit me different. I would definitely go for the Good Burger. You know, Good Burger does need some younger casting. I ain't like that they tried to bring back Keenan and Kel. They definitely should have went to a younger casting. So definitely Good Burger.
Okay, the next question I have for you is, I was just informed that you're going to use Rocket Mortgage. Did you put a patent in to use Rocket Mortgage for your shirt, sir?
Nah, man. And I was told by somebody from Alabama State I can't even use the Hornet. But it don't matter to me because I already made the shirt. I just can't sell it. So I'm good over here.
And then the final question is, we just got our air fryer out of the shop, and you just made some hot L's on it. Are you going to pay the next bill to get it fixed, please?
Man, I'm not dealing with you, man. Boy, get off my line. That boy's stupid. Hey, Rocky, coming to you.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Scotty? What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, it's always good to be talking to you, man. But I know Mr. Sargent was talking about all that high-level financial management, but I live in the world of post-dated checks, and that's the best financial option to build wealth that I know of. Is when you in a jam, when you on the 25th and you don't get paid to the 3rd, the best option is you're gonna have to go somewhere that will accept a post-dated check. It's not even a thing anymore. I don't even know if that is.
Wow, I haven't heard that in so long. A post-dated check.
You know, Scotty,
wow.
as soon as he said when you close to payday, that's how financially retarded I was being in my life. It's the first thing I thought of. The solution was a post-dated check. That ought to be the name of my next podcast, called Post-Dated Check. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's going to be about, but that's just a good old advanced financial term that many people don't use anymore because of the time it takes to process a check is down to minutes now. So I don't think that really works the way it used to. But it was a really good financial planning strategy at one time.
So a post-dated check is like, you'd be like, so if you wrote me a check, right, today, and you was like, Scotty, I couldn't cash it until the 7th. That's pretty much what you say. But you would get the services. You would get the services right then, but I couldn't cash this check until the 7th.
Yeah. Wow. And you would hope they would hope it would clear, because sometimes you get carried away with the post-dated check, and your whole check be gone. You be a road check for your whole check by the time you get paid. It was a really advanced way of doing accounting. They don't teach it anymore, but
he said advanced, not advanced.
So, but now, Scott, I want to talk about this Alabama State situation, right? Because I think when you hire a guy that hasn't been in coaching for the last 10 years of his life, not to mention he was a marginal NFL football player. Nothing against marginal NFL football players, but it ain't like he had a gold jacket or nothing when you could lean on, some elite level of football acumen that leads you to believe that he was great at football. He was a marginal player, right? But he was their guy. He was their guy, though. And doesn't that isn't that more important than anything when you talk about making a hire in the SWAC at any level, at any position? It's better than have your guy
than the right guy,
a competent guy.
Yeah, than the right guy. Listen, I think FAMU hit a gold mine by a guy from Tally. You know what I'm saying? That came back, rebuild the program into what it is now, and is just having continued success because he's technically not an HBCU guy, but he's from. I don't know if he's directly from Tallahassee. I know his family. He probably is from Tallahassee. Most of his family is graduated from FAMU. So there is somewhat of an allegiance there.
You're talking about Willie Simmons.
Yeah, I'm talking about Willie Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hit a home run with that because it's like you get a guy who previously coached at Prairie View, right? And then they come over to FAMU and he turns them into a freaking juggernaut of a program, you know what I'm saying, of just the consistent winning and things like that. But he's not an HBCU guy. You know what I'm saying? He's been a part of he's a part of an HBCU family that was a part of Tallahassee and things like that. But you know, he's not an HBCU guy, and they hit the home run with that one. You know what I'm saying? You could say a lot of the other guys are what HBCU guys. Cano Maynor, who else? Eric Dooley. You know what I'm saying? I think Hugh Jackson is looking like a better hire week after week. You know what I'm saying? Defensively, they still suck, but offensively, they are what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got Valley, Kendrick Wade. He's a former alum. You know what I'm saying? Bethune-Cookman, former alum. You know, like, so it's just they go get their guys. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean it's like you said, doesn't mean it's the right guy. They just feel like if we gonna go down the ship, go down with our guy instead of somebody who doesn't understand HBCU football. So listen, you can keep living that dream. If Jack State, TC Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of these dudes are alums. That just is what it is.
Hey, and it's funny it's funny like this. This is what it means when you're really not serious about things. I just want to get this analogy. If somebody from Southern, unfortunately, ends up with a serious illness, they're not looking for a Southern guy to heal them. They're looking for a competent guy, somebody who has practiced medicine at a very high level, familiar with how to treat their ailment, and can deal with the level of illness that there is. And that's how they should treat football, just as serious as they treat a medical illness. When your football program is sick and on the deathbed, you don't go get somebody who is about to go into medical school. You go get a professional.
That's
you
good.
Go get a specialist. You go get somebody with a high level of expertise to revive you off the deathbed. And that's why it's clear that when they go get their guys, they're not serious about football, and that's how they have to look at it. If they want to always talk about what PWIs do, right? PWIs that care about football, they go out and get guys who can fit. USC went and hired Lincoln Riley. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't give a damn about where Lincoln Riley is from. They went and got somebody who could revive and rebuild their program. UCLA with Chip Kelly, somebody who has done it on the college level and even had some success at the pro level. At the PWI level, and then maybe even, at the HBCU level, maybe even at the FCS level, it's like this. I don't know, because I don't know that much about FCS football, but it seems to me HBCUs are very concerned with where a guy comes from more so than his previous level of success. And the fan base even accepts that. And what were you expecting this guy to do when he hadn't coached football in 10 years, Scotty? This is the college,
I thought it was
Little League football.
I thought it was a bad hire from the jump. And anybody can go back and watch any of my old, and I said it was a bad hire. My thing is this. The people that went up for the position, that is where they had Rod Woodson up for the position. Hugh Jackson went up for the position. I think a guy named Tyrone something. He's at Auburn right now, or he was at either Troy or Auburn. Somebody in the chat can get it right. I think he was like he's an Alabama. He's like his name is really big in the state of Alabama, right? Like, but he had been coaching. I think there was other. This is what I say. I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit, Rocky, on the hiring like high level coaches, because that stuff is expensive. Let's just call it what it is. I think you either have to do one or two things. You have to go find somebody, like in the HBC world, you have to go find a hidden gem like a Tamika Reed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go find somebody who has been building a program somewhere and made it successful, and hope that they can reestablish with like Damon, like what Morgan State did with Bowie. That is a perfect transition. You were building something in the state of Maryland. We saw it. We saw what you did in Bowie. Hey, take what you did at Bowie, get more resources, and what can you do at Morgan? Man, look at what they can do. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to find more guys like that at HBCU, because they look at that job as an opportunity. So they're going to take the more income, the more resources than guys who think they're already at a certain level, where now you got to convince them to come down to your pay schedule, your pay scale. You know what I'm saying? To get those type of guys. So that's why you hire a executive firm to say, hey, listen, I can't afford these type of guys. I can't. If you can find a guy that's willing to take this budget, or we can work with it, cool. But find me some guys that are winners at their level, that have built programs. Show me that, and let's go from there. That's how you make that happen. Go ahead, Rocky.
Well, and I'll hang up on this. Why? Because I've heard Reggie Flood talk about this several times in his life, about how some of the most successful coaches in the SWAC came from lower level HBCUs, got promoted to, Pete Richardson came from some. Y'all, you know all that. Y'all know all that HBCU history. Why don't they use that model more, since some of the most successful coaches in the SWAC came from those lower ranks, those lower level HBCUs? Why don't they use that model of taking a guy with a certain level of proven success from at a lower level HBCU and then promote those guys?
Because with the transfer,
prominent HBCUs.
Because with the transfer portal, people want winners now. People don't want to build programs anymore, right? Like, Morgan State and Damon Wilson have a great understanding of what this is. Damon knows it's going to be a build. Morgan State knows we ain't been relevant for a while, so we don't mind you building. You know what I'm saying? So they have a very understanding of what it is. A lot of programs in the SWAC, to me, they have an inflated sense of self, right? They think that, that every year is a Deion year, right? Everybody can do what Deion did, or everybody can do what GJ Kinney is doing at Texas State, right? A resurgence in 1 year, a quick turnaround. The transfer portal allows you to be competitive. It does not make you a champion unless you understand how to build a championship team, right? So you need key pieces. So to me, if you're a program like Bethune-Cookman, you're building. Valley, you're definitely building. UAPB, you're building. Prairie View, you're on the cusp, right? Southern, to me, you're still building. You can say whatever you want. You're building a program. Like, there's nothing that you can hang your hat on with Southern and say, you know what, we got 3 years of this. Wow, right? Like Texas Southern, if they're able to keep Andrew, they can say, man, we got 2 more years of Andrew. If we can just get the right team around them, where could we be? You see what I'm saying? Like, FAMU is not a rebuild. If Willie Simmons left tomorrow, FAMU is a turnkey product. If you know how to recruit the state of Florida, that is a turnkey product, right? Jackson State right now, if we're being honest, with what Deion has done for their profile, they are in there to make it run. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Grambling, I think, is still a build. Alcorn, if Fred McNair ever left Alcorn, that is a rebuild. I don't care what nobody says. That is a rebuild, because only Fred McNair can make Alcorn look good. Okay, I want to be very clear about that. So a lot of these programs have a high value sense of themselves, but to me, only a few programs are far from a rebuild. Like Southern is technically a complete rebuild, but you're gonna have to get underneath the car and get your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? FAMU literally is like, hey man, this is a rental car that's been in a, let's say like a company selling a car. You be like, man, this is all highway miles. All highway miles? Yeah, 60,000. all highway miles. Oh, I'll take that. That's what that is. You get what I'm saying? Like,
well,
Jackson State and Southern, they got something wrong with the Carfax. What's up?
It's funny you bring that up, and this is, I promise, this is the last one. You bring up FAMU, and I believe put FAMU and TSU in the same bucket in this regard. With the level of talent in the immediate vicinity of their schools, there's no reason neither one of those schools should be down at any significant period of time. When you talk about the Houston area, which they put out more Division I college football players than any area in the country, and you talk about Florida, everyone knows what Florida has to offer. But on top of that, with FAMU, you're near Georgia and Alabama at the same time being in Florida. So those two schools have a distinct advantage. And I don't know why TSU haven't been able to capitalize on it up to this point. Man, Scotty, it's been a great show, man. I continue listening. Much love, bro.
Hey, appreciate it, Rock. Listen, Texas is a very difficult state to recruit in. Not because of the talent, it's just because of the idea of players, right? Players in Texas want to either go to Texas A&M, Baylor, right? U of H. Like, they want to go to the big programs. And because all Texas football knows are big programs. It is hard to convince Texas kids to go to lower level FBS programs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. It is hard. You know, it is. It's just difficult, man. I'm not making anything up. I'm not saying you got, like, if I'm a Texas Southern, you got to, Oklahoma as well, right? If you're a Texas Southern guy or coach or alum or whoever, and you're looking to hire somebody, you need to hire somebody who knows the state of Texas. Like, they know the Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. If they can get that locked in, Texas Southern would be a problem. If you can get the state of Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma locked in, and that coach knows what he's looking for and knows where to go to get the talent, you'll be a problem. It will be a problem. But it's hard to recruit Texas, man, because everybody recruits Texas. That's thank you, Jay. Like, it is hard to convince Texas kids to go to a Texas Southern, to a Prairie, because they see that as Division II. You might not believe what I'm saying. I know they're D1. In the state of Texas, they are considered D2. And if a kid from Texas plays at Allen, Duncanville, DeSoto, the Houston products, you know what I'm saying? Like South Lake Carroll, those stadiums are better than the HBCU stadiums. So when your high school is better than your HBCU school, you're like, what the is this? It's hard. It's hard I'm telling you, man, they don't look at them the same. They look at HBCUs as D2s. So it's hard for them to be like, bro, I just came from this. I came from playing on Friday Night Lights, 30, 40,000 people in the stadium. It's rocking, da-da-da-da-da. We got these amenities. We got a field house. We got a field house for the field house. We got Chick-fil-A. We got all this stuff. And then I go to an HBCU, and I'm like, I had more at my high school. It's hard. It's hard for Texas kids to process that, man. It's hard. It just is. It's just because football is such a big thing. So football is such a big thing in Texas that when you go to something that's less, you like, nah, this ain't it. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. You know what I'm saying? It's man, listen, I'll never forget. And I know we're supposed to be talking about the real estate agent, but I'm gonna get back to that. I'll never forget. I used to live in when I lived a year. I lived a year in Paris, Texas, and played football in Paris, Texas. First of all, Friday Night Lights is just different, right? So I started off when I first got to Texas, my junior year. They had me on JV, right? They had me on JV. I'm like, I'm a junior in JV. I felt like, right? I played middle linebacker at the time. I played middle linebacker. I know I was a beast. Okay, anybody tell you I was a freaking monster, right? So I played middle linebacker, and the Thursday night games would be packed for JV. Like that was crazy, right? Then they moved me up to varsity, and I played outside linebacker, still a beast, right? And I'm talking about the city would shut down. Like you're talking about legit, the city would shut down. So, hey, listen, bro, I was nasty as a linebacker. I was nasty. My cousin would tell you I would hit anything that moved. I just was skinny. I've always been a skinny person, but my cousin always said, he's like, Scotty, if you would have stayed, if I would have stayed a summer in Texas, I would have been an all-state linebacker for real. No, I'm so serious. I'm telling y'all, I played middle linebacker. And I got moved up. I had to listen. I was an out-of-state kid, right? I came from Maryland. I was out of state. I didn't play football where I was at. Came down, played for JV, right? Because you already know you got the freshman team. If you know Texas, this is how it works. You got the freshman team, which is 9. You got the JV team, which is 10 and 11, or like 9, 10, 11. You know, however you want to, however. And then you have varsity, and whoever's on varsity is on varsity. Stop. So yeah, stop it. Anyway, just want to give you that. So, you know what? Actually, my junior year was we played Texas State, and that's when they had the kid, the white boy that died at Arkansas, the real tall kid, Ryan Mallett. We went against Ryan Mallett. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We went against Ryan Mallett. That kid was Ryan Mallett. Just saying. Ryan Mallett, dog. I'm telling you, if anybody, and you know I ain't lying. He went to Texas State. Listen, Ryan Mallett was different, bro. That white boy was tall. He was Texas High. Thank you. He went to Texas High, not Texas State, Texas High. That Bama was tall. He was like, if the center was here, like the center, like his chest was like, oh man, that kid was tall, bro. So it was weird. Oh man, one day he's on. Thank you, Rube. Thank you, Rube. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, Rube. Bobby, coming to you. Thank you, Rube. What's up, B?
What's going on, bro? Great show.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up a point about coaching and coach selection at HBCU because we have coaches that we revere, right? And when people talk about these coaches, you would think they coached 5 years ago, but they coached like 50 years ago. So you got Pete Richardson, you got Rudy Hubbard, you have Jay Gaither, you have Eddie Robb, right? Eddie Robinson. None of these dudes graduated from an HBCU.
That's fair.
Not one. Why now are we trying to find you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense to only look at HBCU grads when the people that you revere the most, none of them did.
That's fair.
It's a job. And they didn't represent the schools any less. So, you know, that's just my little 2 cents. I'm going to go back into my little corner, sir.
No problem, B. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the call. Listen, I can be honest. Morgan never recruited me. Morgan never recruited me. That I'm gonna tell you straight up. A couple of my friends went to Bowie, and a couple of my friends went to Morgan from my football team. I'm gonna be honest. It was Maryland or bust for me. That's how I felt. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just keep it a bug with you. As wide receiver in the state, like it was Maryland or bust for me. I was like, if I'm gonna stay in state, I'm going to the University of Maryland. I'm Terp all day, every day. If it wasn't University of Maryland, I wasn't going to it. I don't care who would. If Howard would have came to me, Morgan, Bowie, I didn't care about none of that. I went to go to the University of Maryland. That was my mindset. They never came. A couple of my boys walked on to the team, and they did pretty well. But at that time, yeah, HBCUs, that wasn't it. You know what? So my final 3 offers that I had when I was coming out of college was VMI, Richmond, Liberty. Those are my 3 that had confirmed yo, we want you, da 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 da. I got recruited from, I had Delaware. I mean, you name a school in the East Coast, I had it. Delaware, Richmond, I pretty much had every D2 and stuff like that. So it was just all like PWIs and stuff like that. No HBCU recruited me. Norfolk State didn't recruit me. Who else? South Carolina State didn't recruit me. Who else would have been there? NCAT didn't recruit me. I mean, and none of them schools recruited me. So when people say, if you don't get an offer, you're not getting recruited. That's not true. That is I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but that's not true because a lot of schools can have interest, right? So they'll come up to you, they'll talk to you, you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, but that's not always the case, right? The schools that offered me was Liberty, VMI, and Richmond. But I had interest from a lot of schools on the D2. It's just a lot of them was just I didn't like what they were doing, and my coach was like, he doesn't fit your scheme and all that type of stuff. So it's just a little different, right? But I'm gonna say this: no HBCU recruited me. VMI, listen, VMI. If it was up to my mom, I would have went to VMI because if anybody knows anything about VMI, first of all, their facilities are off the chain. But if you know anything, a lot of you don't know about VMI because a lot of you didn't go to VMI, right? So this is an HBCU channel. So VMI does a thing called the RAP. It's a RAP program. As a freshman, you get hazed by the institution, right? It's like you get hazed by the institution. Mentally, I wasn't ready for that. Now, the funny thing is I end up going to the military anyway, but mentally, I wasn't ready for that. I was just too naive as a young kid. People walking around you had to walk around. You only could walk on the right side and all that. Hell no. I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Nah. And I end up going to Claflin. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I never thought about that's how oblivious I was to HBCU football. I'm at Claflin looking at other schools to go to. When I got to Claflin, I was like, dang, I really don't want to be here. They don't got a football program, right? So now I'm looking at schools to go to get out. And I never went over to South Carolina State. I never went over there. Really, real talk. I never went over there. Smash, coming to you.
Hey, Scotty.
What's up?
Hello. Scotty, believe it or not, people might not know what I played football myself in high school and had some offers. But you ever heard of a school called Apprentice in Virginia?
Called what?
Apprentice.
No, I've never heard that.
it was crazy. Is that was a school that came down here to New Orleans and offered a lot of kids when I was in high school, but it's in Virginia. It's a technical school. Like you like get a trade, but they got a fire football team. I was wondering why. If you ever heard of it, look it up. They Go Builders. They're the builders. They got like an anchor at their logo, but they're in Virginia. And I always wanted to see them play some of these HBCUs and some of those schools up there. They're a real good school. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you ever heard of that, because I know you from up there around the area. But I was like, I wonder if the Princess ever offered Scotty, because it got some fire facilities too.
No, I got offered from Virginia. I got offered from Frostburg, Lynchburg. I think they had a football program. I don't even remember if they have I know it's Frostburg University. I think Lynchburg had and then it's another program. I don't know if it's in West Virginia or Virginia. It's called Shenandoah. That was like a D3. I
heard them.
Yeah, they used to call me all the time. They was annoying, but yeah. So, but yeah, those are the few.
Yeah, and just to test what you too, like when you hit a point on the head when you was like kids in Texas, like they come from high schools that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So why would I go to HBCU when our facilities in high school have better trainers and better stuff?
Facts.
I'm saying I don't see why a lot of HBCUs don't go to those schools and look at the second string kids. Look at the kids who may be a senior. He only got a little playing time. They may be good and you can build those kind of players, but you're absolutely right about that, Scott. That's just comment.
No, man, I appreciate it. Like, you know, like you gotta understand everybody's norm is not your norm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that's hard for people, is to get outside of what they think is a normality. Like, oh yeah, like this is like that's not their norm. Their norm, like even in the small town of Paris, Texas, we had an indoor practice facility. They just built a new stadium for them that holds about like 20 to 30,000. You know what I'm saying? Like so their norm is like all we know is football. Like they gave their old high school to the middle school. You know, their old high school stadium. They gave it to the middle school. Like
I was like the game I just went to. Remember, with the clash between Albany State and Savannah State. That was at a high school stadium in Georgia, and that thing, they had a field house. They had a damn what's called the press box balcony view, like the VIP suite.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So these high schools be coming with it. So you can't offer them bull crap and think that they don't know better and say, "Oh,
absolutely,
our school sits here and it's all this history." Who y'all sponsored by? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
See something you wear. Can I get a new one every other game? You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
you're right, Scott. That's some real stuff.
Nah, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the call. Listen, hey, William, you know who else got a nice stadium? Mount Pleasant. Woo-wee! Hey, Mount Pleasant got a nice stadium. Like we played it. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Y'all got me way off track. Y'all got, man, it's so off script. It's crazy. Let's bring it back home. I'm gonna end it right here, right? I'm gonna give it a buck with y'all. Harry Williams got to get some of this too. Mr. 18 points per game. Mr. 18, yeah. Yeah. So you know I ain't lying. Right? Mount Pleasant. Who else we played? Was it like Coppell or Capel? I think we played Melissa. Well, Melissa just built that stuff up. All that Melissa stuff is new. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's some East Texas for real. I'm East Texas for real, okay? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Outspoken tonight at 8 o'clock. Make sure y'all tune in. Me, Perry, we in there. All right, we in there. Doing some power rankings and all that. But Harry Williams Jr., he got to get some of this heat too. Because at the end of the day, Eddie Robb brought you on as an OC. And I said it when they brought him on. I said, the man averaged 18 points at Morehouse. Like, what was he supposed to do? But what that average looking like though? Let me see this Alabama State average. Let me see where y'all at. Because you know. All right, so y'all scored 10 against. Let's look at all these games. Let's look at the schedule. Since y'all got so much to talk about. Since y'all got so much to talk about. All right. You scored 14 points against Southern. You scored 17 points. Oh yeah, this is definitely the 18-point average. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Let's do the mean. All right. Let's do the average. So you got 14 points plus 17 plus 10 plus 20 divided by 4, 15 points per game. That's what that look like. So I'm actually giving y'all too many points. In 4 games, y'all average 15 points per game. 15 points for the season. That's ass. Absolutely ass. Even worse. Even worse. Even worse. Just saying. Just saying. But I don't know what I'm. Okay. But all right. Listen, I feel for this kid. I really feel for this kid. I really, really feel for this kid. If I was Keyshawn Johnson, I would be in the portal tomorrow. Because you're really messing up this kid's career. This is an NFL prospect. Point blank, period. Keyshawn Johnson is an NFL prospect. He's an NFL player. He's a professional player. He can play in the XFL, USFL, merger, NFL. It do not matter. It does not matter. This kid is a professional. Point blank, period. And you're messing up his career. If I was him, I would be in the portal so fast it would spin somebody's head at Alabama State. It's ridiculous. You know what Keyshawn Johnson is feeling right now? Let me show you what Keyshawn Johnson is feeling right now.
I'm open. I'm always fucking open. Excuse my profanity. I'm sorry.
That is Keyshawn Johnson.
I'm open. I'm always fucking open. Excuse my profanity. I'm sorry.
I'm open. I'm always effing open. We need to have a family meeting. Shh. We need to have a family meeting. If he is my uncle, we need to have a family meeting. Hold on. Where am I? Hold on. If that's my uncle, or come to order. Family meeting. This how you got me looking? This what you signed me up? Guilty. Everybody guilty. No, sir. Negative. I'm open.
I'm open.
I'm always effing open.
My profanity. I'm sorry.
Come to order. I'm out. I ain't even playing with you. I'm out. I'm deuces. 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 Family meeting. This how you got me looking? No, sir. No, sir, Bob. Like, I really want y'all. Oh, I love this question. Absolutely love this question. So give me 5 immediate changes and 1 long-term change that Alabama should make. 1 long-term change is you either got to get rid of Eddie Robb, which isn't going to happen because you don't have the money for the buyout, or get rid of your offensive coordinator. Got to get rid of your offensive coordinator. That's a long-term change. Number 2, Damian Stewart is your quarterback going forward. No ifs and buts about it. You move Demetrius Davis, the slot receiver. Number 3, you got to find another receiver outside of Keyshawn Johnson. You got too much talent on this team to not find somebody. Matter of fact, if you move Demetrius Davis to the slot, that could be your receiver right there. But you got to figure out a way to get somebody else on the other side to balance out Keyshawn Johnson and the focus that he brings on attention. Number 4 would be, listen, man, Juwan Howe. I like the kid. I don't think he's special, but I like the kid. Bro, you can't be a big back that fumbles. You can't. That's like a double negative. You're a big back that fumbles. What are we supposed to do? What are you supposed to do with that? Like, how am I supposed to give you the rock and you can't hold on to it? Right? That's it. And then listen. This should be the biggest change, right? Outside of Damian Stewart being the QB1, you have to use them big ass tight ends that y'all brought from Clemson or wherever y'all brought them Bamas from. That is what you need to do. You need to find a way to get the tight end involved in the passing game, right? So that you don't have to put all that burden on Keyshawn Johnson. Have a tight end, figure out another guy on side of Keyshawn and work and use the tight end. Juwan Howe wouldn't be, wow, we have 6'3" wide receivers and don't use them. That is absolutely asinine. That is absolutely asinine. So it's just like this gotta. That's what I'm saying. You can't be a big back and fumble. That is like you lose all credibility. If you're a big back and fumble, you're supposed to be the protector, big back. Come on, man. Like that is and I can't even blame Harry Williams because that's the right play call in that situation. But it's like, damn, Juwan, can you just hold on to the freaking ball? You only got one job. Hold on to the ball. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. So listen, let me recap this. Let me recap this for you. I love the question. Let me go back to the question. I think that was a dope question. Because a lot of people say, Scotty, you just give out critiques and don't have no solutions. Here are my 5 solutions. Long term, got to get rid of your OC. Or listen to me. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to be like, Scotty, listen. I know Harry Williams Jr. has it in him because I keep bringing up the UCLA game. If you watch the UCLA game, it will show you how creative Harry Williams Jr. can be with the right quarterback. So to me, it lets me know that either A, he is the head coach is limiting him, like it's handcuffing him, or 2, he's like, damn, Demetrius Davis can't handle what I want to give him. If those are not your options, move away from him, get you another OC, right? Boom. That's number 1. Number 2, make Damian Stewart the starting quarterback. No switching, no changing, none of that stuff. If you want to use Demetrius Davis for goal line, so what, so be it. But Damian Stewart is the guy. Number 3, have to start using the tight end more. Number 4, got to find a different running back than Juwan Howe or at least split time with him. And then 5, you got to find another receiver outside of Keyshawn Johnson to balance it up. Those are my 5 things that I would change about Alabama State. Defensively, I really don't have no issues. I like what they do defensively. They're a defensive team, but it is what it is. I think it's man. He wants a run heavy system currently. Bro, if we start at 17 and run more spread option, we'll be fine. Also run the ball. I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree with you. All right. So listen, guys, that's been my time. Listen, tonight, 8 o'clock. Tonight, Outspoken 8 o'clock, going over all the games. All right. And just for the people in the back, if you didn't know, it's still you. I thought you. Hey, listen, Grambling people. Listen, Grambling people. If you ever need somebody to start up the chant, okay? If you ever need somebody to start up the chant, just give me a ring. Just give me a ring. I would love to do that. Now, there's a lot of stuff about Grambling I don't really rock with, but I would love to start up the chant. Okay, just give me the opportunity. Just get me behind the mic one time. You know, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Okay, Grambling Nation, you know what time it is. Stand on your feet. Let me hear it. Hey, go ahead and call in, Mike, real quick. Go ahead and call in, Mike. I just, if y'all ever want me to just, start it up, I can do that for you. Go ahead, Mike. I'm gonna wait till you call in, Mike. I want to hear your experience at the State Fair and see if you saw them 12 PV fans. Listen, if I'm Keyshawn Johnson, I'm trying to get to a PWI. I'm trying to get to an Incarnate Word. I'm trying to get to a Texas State. I'm trying to get to a high volume passing offense where I can really show my ability and what I can really do. If I'm Keyshawn Johnson, I'm not staying at Alabama State or maybe FAMU. Mike, what's good, Mike?
Yo, Scotty. I'm never going to another State Fair Classic in my entire life.
Dang, what happened, Mike?
So I go to the game. You know, I'm an HBCU enthusiast, or HBC as Keyshawn Johnson would say. I'm an HBC enthusiast. So, I always try to go to support the game. So I go to the game. Scotty, when I first get there, it's a hell of a crowd. I'm talking like 50,000 to stand. It looked damn good. It looked good. We showed up now. We showed up, but we only showed up for a certain amount of time.
Oh,
so
not the halftime.
The game goes on. Okay, halftime comes. Grambling did their thing. They halftime show. They did their thing. Now, PV, halftime so trash. Trash as hell. Keep that trash in the team. Don't bring that to Southern. Don't take that to Jackson. Hell, don't take that to Tallahassee. Keep that over there in Branch. Keep that trash over there. So after halftime, Scott, the people who came to see the band, they get up and leave.
Wow.
So after halftime, the stadium, it's so much space in that stadium.
Wow.
Well, Scotty, let me tell you the most boring part of the game, the third quarter. The third quarter was so boring, Scotty. A band did not play till like 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And it was the preview band. So Grambling band sat there the whole third quarter and did nothing.
Wow.
Nothing, Scott. I had to think to myself like, damn, am I at an HBCU game? It was that bad, Scotty. The game was boring as hell. Like, because we like the pageantry. You know how we do it now.
Yeah.
We like the pageantry. So the band just sitting there. I'm thinking to myself, damn. I didn't even mention Jackson State. I'm thinking to myself, Southern would never.
Never. Not never.
And the Boom would never.
Oh God. Hey, listen. While you playing though, I definitely heard that in the SWAC, in the Celebration Bowl. Boy, y'all was quiet in the church mouse, getting hunted by a cat.
We not talking about
I'm just saying. You said would never. I seen it with my own eyes. So let's not go there. But go ahead. It's not about y'all. It's not about y'all.
It was terrible. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I know Power 5 white schools that do more than that.
Wow.
Look, Prairie View, they halftime show was so bad. I'd rather watch Texas A&M do that little military march. I'd rather watch that, guys. Oh, Prairie View, y'all got to do better.
What do they call it? What do they call like the marching? What is the marching storm or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know, Scotty. They do. That wasn't a storm. That was scattered showers. That was not a storm.
That was scattered shower with a very light chance of rain.
Oh man, boy, you stupid.
Sky, I am so disappointed. See, this is why we say the Texas schools don't matter. That's why we say this, guys. That's why we say the Texas school don't matter. Because they actually had more than 10 fans, but it got down to 10 after halftime. It got down to 10 after halftime. But and Grambling, I'm so disappointed in y'all. Y'all name all these accolades when the band goes to the field that y'all was in this parade, that parade, at the White House and all this. But y'all sat y'all ass in the stands the whole third quarter and said nothing. I'm disappointed, Scott. I ain't going back to that shit no more. No, sir.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
I ain't going back, Scott. It's over with.
Well, at least you saved me. At least you saved me that. At least you saved me. See, that's why I just go to the fair. Okay, that's why I just go to the fair. You know, get my funnel cake, get my deep fried Oreo, get my turkey leg, and I'm good. You know, I'm good. So,
but yeah, I just had to tell my experience, Scott. I'm never going back to that mess again. Prairie View, Grambling, y'all got to do better. But that wasn't it.
Got you.
It was good football, though. It was good football. It was just the pageantry side.
Got you. Hey, hold on. Stay on real quick. Smash called in real quick. Hey, Smash.
Man, let me clear this shit up, Scotty. Hey, got something called SWAC rules, right? So pretty much the bands can't play when the opposite team has the ball, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to play while your team had the ball. So in Grambling's defense, they gave Grambling band a warning at the end of the second quarter about playing in the stands while the game was in play. So that was the bullshit. That's why they didn't play the third quarter. And PV, Mike, I know I was at the game. That's why they didn't really start.
You was at the game?
Yeah, I was at the game. I was at the game. And Baby and it was cutting up over there, man. I was on about right by Erica Banks and all that. You know,
and that's my next thing. Like, okay, you wanna make the band shit up, but the radio station got a whole day party going on in the corner end zone, but nobody said nothing.
Yeah, I didn't understand that part. That's what we were saying. We were like, y'all could let them have a whole concert during the middle of the game. I'm talking about Scott. The stage for the concert was maybe about 15 yards away from the field.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
It's like that was real. Yeah, that was real weird to me. So I just had to clear that up about the bands not playing. It sure did get them a warning right before they went off on. Got down the stands from right before give them one and told them not play anymore. So yeah, that's what that was about.
That's crazy. And Scotty, like they were playing like they were playing like music. And like if I'm the head coach, I'm pissed because I know at least 2 times in like the third quarter it was a false start penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it could have been because their music was playing. Because the music was playing while they had the line of scrimmage.
It was that loud.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
they was lit over there. They were playing that shit. Mike.
Yeah, they was lit. It was a whole day party.
Wow.
With kids. It was a day party with kids going on.
They said y'all not watching the game anyway. Might as well do something else. Wow. Wow. That would never go down at a PWI. Never. Let me stop.
Nah.
I don't know why you ain't got to go to the PWI. That would never happen in Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh,
somebody would go down there and unplug and tell the boom to crank up.
Oh, that's crazy. That boy's stupid, man. That's
crazy. I said, damn, a lot of people.
Even it was just. Hey, Smash, did you enjoy it?
I'm not going back next year.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like I think for the money that I went last year and this year, I just think it's missing something. I don't know what it's missing. Like the people.
Yeah, it's missing. It ain't.
I don't know what it is. And then you got a fair right outside this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I would have probably, if I was there, I probably would have left and went outside to the fair and had more fun in the fair than at the game. Yeah.
I'm with you. I agree. It's missing something. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just something about the HBCU recipe that is missing.
I also think this may sound crazy. I just think the Cotton Bowl Stadium too big too. You know what I'm saying? Like it was packed, but it was like
it wasn't at second. It wasn't at second. Like the second level was one field. So
and then you got to think about. I don't know if you peep, Mike. They give comp tickets to all those high schools. They have 2 high school battle bands in the morning, and the top 3 winners from each high school they get comp tickets. So that's about a good almost 400 some kids right there in the end zone by itself. So
I had comp tickets. I know I had comp tickets. I'm glad I didn't pay for it.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
I just spent my money on it.
I don't think I'm going back next year, man. It just misses something. I showed my respect, came 2 years back to back, but now I can't them 2 schools at another game. Some other time.
Yeah, me either. I can't do it either. I agree.
But them were lit. Them niggas were lit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. God, you should go, son. You should go next year.
I'm waiting for. Listen, Coach KJ. Listen, I told Coach KJ I'm not going to a PV game until he take me. Until I walk in with Coach KJ Black, I ain't going no PV. PV for what? For why? The marching, he got the marching scattered showers, right? So the band not even good, right? The team is boring.
The band is good. Man.
The team is boring.
I would admit, Grambling had a better halftime show than that.
Oh yeah, Grambling did their thing halftime. Yeah, they did their thing.
But Mike, did you see boy who led PV team out there? They were lit. What his name is? Artist from Dallas, man, big dude.
B King.
Oh, big X. You talking about Big X?
I don't know. Smash, you breaking up.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, my bad, Mike. Hey, Mike.
With his shirt off?
Yeah, I think I don't know, but I let him go. Smash. I mean, Mike, I gotta let you go too. Appreciate the call, though, Mike.
All right, man. I'm hollering.
All right, bro. Hey, what's up, Mr. D? Coming to you, and then 5239. You my last caller.
Hey, Scotty.
What's up?
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Hey, I'm gonna be the bookend for your stuff talking about the coach. I never did let anybody know this, but when the coach first got hired, right?
Yeah.
I knew one of their coaches, right? So they reached out to him and said, "Hey, can you help us make some donations to the locker room?" Man, I bought a whole bunch of TVs for their locker room, and I never did get one thank you for the coach.
No,
bro, nothing. I bought TVs, so because they said they didn't have any TV. I said, okay, and you know me, I wasn't expecting, it was no big deal, but it just with all of this stuff going on, this just tells me the type of situation that's going on at ASU. So it's unfortunate, but I wonder who else he did stuff like that. People helped out with the program and never even did a thank you. And I'm not even talking about a public thing. I'm just talking about, hey, you could have texted me and said, hey, thank you for the gift.
Listen, when somebody said he acts like he trying to be the great value version of Deion, I believe it, man. Because listen, at the end of the day, there is, I feel like there is an arrogance there that just and it's out. Listen, I told Coach Eddie Rod when I met him, I said, yo, that was real talk what you did with the Aint SWAC. I respected that because you stood on business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always going to have respect for Coach Eddie Rod because I respect people that just be like, yo, you're not going to disrespect me and think it's going to be sweet. So I'm cool with that. But I will just say this, there does to some degree come off as an arrogance. Now, I'll say this. People who have been great at what they do have an arrogance. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying people, 9 times out of 10, people who are really good at what they do. I'm not saying coaching for him. I mean, he was a professional football player, so there is some arrogance he can have. But just but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But with that arrogance, you got to have some type of humility, right? And to say, hey, thank you for supporting that program. Because he could have come back and say, hey, can you raise some more money for us? Can you get some stuff? Yeah, I would have, see what we can do.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that now. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to put that in as a bookend for you. So, hey, keep up the good work, man. And what are you all playing tonight?
Outspoken. We hitting them power rankings. We're gonna talk our talk, and we're gonna get them picks in.
Oh, okay. Where is Southern? What's Southern ranking? They 2 or 3?
Yeah, I watched the show.
Oh, okay. No, I was talking about the FCS ranking with the SWAC.
I don't know. It's
you don't know. Okay. Long as FAMU #1. That's all I care about.
I bet. Hey, appreciate it, Mr. D. All right, last caller, 5239 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's up? What's your name? Where you call from?
Mike, I'm calling from Mississippi, man. I had a question for you, non-football related, just real quick. I was wondering, would you ever do any shows covering any boxing, or are you not into boxing at all?
Man, listen, man. I couldn't tell you nothing about, like, I can watch boxing and be like, ooh, that was a good hit. But that's about as much as you're gonna get from me. I ain't gonna know, like, no analysis. All I know is, like, hey, that dude's arms are longer than the other dude's arms. Somebody's taller than the other dude. I don't really like talking about stuff that I really just do not know. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, like, if I watch the fight, I'll tell you what I saw. Like how I watched the band, right? Like, I don't know nothing about instruments and instrumentation and all that. I'm gonna just tell you who sounded good and who sounded bad. No breakdown. You know what I'm saying? But for boxing, it'll be the same thing. Like if I watched the fight last night, I'll be like, this was good, this was bad. That's all I can tell you.
All right, no problem, man. I appreciate your content.
And no problem, man. Appreciate you. From Twitter, all I heard was Canelo beat the bejesus out of Charlo. I ain't watched the fight, so I don't really care. So, but that's it, man. But listen, man, I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you come back tonight, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7 Central. Outspoken here, me, Perry White. You already know what it is. He said Charlo ran like Carl Lewis. Wow. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless. Hey, Eddie Rob, you on the clock.
You about to lose your job. Get this thing. You about to